Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Top 10 Fortnite. Today we are doing the top 10 things I want in Fortnite Chapter 2 Season 3. If you do go on to enjoy this video, be sure to drop a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We are on the road to 300 subscribers. We are currently at 285. Also, I'm still trying to do the community top 10 combo video, so comment your favorite combo down below. So the first thing I want to change is I want a way to go back and play the old map. In my opinion, the old map was sick. I miss the old map. I don't want like the Season 10 map though, where it has all the messed up locations like the zombies at retail and stuff like that. I'd prefer either the Season 3 map or the Season 5 map. I really couldn't decide on the two because I like them both a lot. The Season 3 map, I like Dusty Depot, but the Season 5 map, I really like Paradise Palms. But if there's like a mode where you could go back and play the old map or something like that, or once we get back to Chapter 3, we'd have a rotation of the old maps, and I know storyline-wise it wouldn't make sense because the last map got sucked into a black hole or whatever. I really miss a lot of the locations on the old map, and I don't think they'll be bringing them back, but no matter what they do, if they keep changing locations, we're always going to miss them, so I think this could just be a handy feature for even in the future so we can go back and play the old maps, or at the very least, they should make the old map be available in creative to play on. Like, I'd prefer it to have a playlist or something like that, but if they really don't want to go that far, and they would just put it into creative, I'd settle for that. The next thing I want is more updates. In Chapter 1, I feel like they put in too many updates and it made the game too much because like there was an update every single week adding a new item. I feel like now it's too long because it's once a month we get a new item. I'd prefer it to be like once every other week we get a new content update. I feel like that balanced the game to where we always have fresh stuff, but it wouldn't be too fast to where we can't keep up with it. Once a month we get a weapon, and then once a month we get an item. I feel like that'd work perfectly. Another thing I want is more collabs. I feel like collabs make the game really fresh, and there's really no bad effect that can happen from it. I feel like the collab skins get purchased a lot more. Like personally, when I see like a Star Wars skin or a Marvel skin, I feel like I have to buy it because I feel like they're not going to come back for a while. Plus they look really cool and they're like my favorite characters from other things in my favorite game. So that's why I buy those a lot. Another thing with the collabs, I've noticed they haven't been having the LTMs as much, which I think is a huge problem, which leads me into my next thing. I want more good LTMs and to bring back the old good LTMs more often. I miss back in like Season 4 and Season 5 when we were getting all of these cool LTMs all the time, like when 50 vs 50 was first introduced, the Avengers Infinity War LTM where you could turn into Thanos. All these things were really cool and I miss LTMs like that. Lately the LTMs have been kind of dry and a lot of them have sucked pretty bad in my opinion, and I just want some more good LTMs. Don't get me wrong, there have been a few good ones here and there, but I feel like back in Chapter 1 we got a lot more good LTMs. Another thing I want them to bring back would be Siphon. If you guys played at the end of Season 7 and the beginning of Season 8, you remember when they had Siphon in the game. And I feel like the majority of the community really liked it, and they took it out just because it wasn't fair to newer players. But in my opinion, considering skill-based matchmaking is already in the game, I feel like it wouldn't be that big of a deal to have Siphon. But we all know the reasons why we want Siphon in the game. I mean, looting just takes way too long, like harvesting trees and stuff to get materials. And it just makes the game a lot more aggressive, and everybody's trying to get kills quicker because you get your health back if you get the kill, so it's fine. I really miss that feature in the game. I feel like when Siphon was in the game, that was the best Fortnite had been since Season 4. Another thing I want in the game is I want them to bring back Tilted Towers. Tilted Towers was one of the most popular and still is one of the most iconic spots in Fortnite. I feel like the game needs a spot where a lot of people are going to land in a place where you can get a bunch of kills. I feel like it just makes the game a lot more fun. And because the map's been out so long without Tilted, I feel like there will still be people landing in other spots. I feel like the game is just a lot less tryhard than what it used to be, especially with skill-based matchmaking. If you're not that good and you don't want to go against really good players, then you should be fine. I don't think everybody's going to land at Tilted Towers in those scenarios. Personally, Tilted Towers is what made me better at the game, because landing there and getting into a gunfight as soon as you land all the time really just brings in a lot of practice and you get into a lot more gunfights and stuff. And you don't have to just start out jumping into Tilted Towers. That's what I mean. Like, you can split the map up. Another thing I want is the Fortnite World Cup #2. The first Fortnite World Cup was a huge success. Everybody watched it. Everybody was trying to qualify it. It was in the news. Everybody was talking about it. It was all over the place. Everybody knew about the Fortnite World Cup. And I feel like if they did that again, it'd bring back the competitive community, which I feel like is slowly fading away, and get everybody playing the game again and everybody talking about it, and it'd bring back the hype to Fortnite. Right now, I feel like Fortnite needs something to stop all the talk of Valorant. Like, for example, when Apex Legends came out, that's when they added Siphon and all this stuff, and it kind of slowed down the popularity of Apex and stopped it from taking over. Another thing I want is different loot pools from the normal game modes than the arena game modes. A lot of games do this, like Call of Duty and CSGO, and it just works out a lot better because I feel like in the normal modes you should have the fun stuff. I just feel like they should be able to add more fun items into solo playlists for us to all have fun with, and then the competitive players won't have anything to complain about when it's something overpowered or unfair. The next thing I want is a solid tier 100 skin. I feel like every once in a while we get a good one, but for the majority of them, since the Omega skin came out, they haven't been that great. The Ragnarok was pretty good, the Lux was pretty good, the Ultima Knight was pretty good, and the Chapter 1 Season 1 tier 100 skin was also pretty good. But I feel like every season's tier 100 skin should be really good. Like this one, like this battle pass, I wasn't a big fan of the Midas skin. I personally think the Oro skin should have been the tier 100 skin of this season, even though it probably wouldn't have made the most sense for the storyline. I still like it a lot more than the Midas skin. I feel like every season should have a really good tier 100 skin that we all want to grind for. I miss the days of old Fortnite when you'd see a tier 100 skin and you'd legitimately be scared because they'd build a mountain over you and destroy you, because the tryhards used to use the tier 100 skins because the tier 100 skins were good. The next thing I want is less reskins. When I say this, I mean skins that have already came out and get recolored and put back into the item shop. For example, the Raven was just made the Raven pool, and the Cuddle Team Leader was just made the Cuddle pool. I like these skins, but I feel that they should have been edit styles, and I feel this way with a lot of skins that come out because they're just reskins of the old ones. Like at this point, a lot of people have bought the Cuddle Team Leader like 10 times just to get different colors of it, and I personally think that's not fair. I think those should be different colors. And the last thing I want for Fortnite Chapter 2 Season 3 is more story events. I remember in Chapter 1 we had all kinds of story events all the time. At the end of every season there'd be a huge event, something crazy would go down, and I missed that. I don't want them to completely change the map all the time like they did in Season 1 and just mess it up, but I do want the events back that we had all the time back in Chapter 1. Like the mech boss fight was really cool, the rocket launch in Season 3 was really cool. We just had all these really cool events that I miss having in Fortnite because it gave you something to get excited for. There'd be weeks of hype leading up to it, then the event would come, and you just see something crazy happen in game that's never been done before, and I just want to see more of that. But anyways guys, that wraps up my video. If you did go on to enjoy this video, be sure to drop a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Turn on post notifications to be notified every single time I upload. I'm out, dudes. Peace.
Surfer. Surfer. Surfer.